Taylor Lewan has filed a lawsuit over his 2020 ACL surgery, stating it was done incorrectly, naming the famed Andrews Institute as one of the responsible parties. Lewan was released by the Titans this past February after failing a physical. He had originally tore the ACL in 2020, received the surgery, and then re-aggravated the same injury in 2022 prior to being released. The lawsuit says that Andrews Institute and all of those involved were negligent in not using a specific graft as part of the repair. So, Alex, I'm sure you can speak more to that than me or anybody else in this chat.
Is he allowed to? Should we be careful with this? Make sure you say my opinion.
My personal opinion. I don't think that whenever Taylor Lewan's case goes to trial, they're gonna be like, "Wait, that's Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff podcast. Let's bring up the evidence."
Right?
I
There
think
was
a
there was a
third,
professional on a podcast.
I
I
think a
heard him.
third-year PA said. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna have. He's pissed off it didn't work. The biggest medical malpractice would be if he signed consent that one type of graft was going into his knee and they put in a different one while he was actually under.
How does one know the wrong graft is in their knee?
I mean, I don't know I don't know if an MRI would show like what kind of graft. Like, did it start failing and after an MRI he went and sought a second opinion and they're like, yeah, no, this, or did he just write up in his OR report that he blatantly just used a different graft than he said he would? I mean, the other thing is he said it says he tore it, had it repaired in 2020, retore it in 2022. Does someone go with the scope and be like, oh yeah, we didn't know you had this type of graft? If that's the case, then yeah, that's a malpractice. If it's just that he didn't use a specific graph they wanted him to, that's on you for not knowing that ahead of time. I'm sure that no one's out intentionally to get an NFL player. I mean, if you're working on an NFL player, you're going to want to do excellent work because you want more NFL players to come to you for their orthopedic needs.
My next question is like, I know when I had my meniscus worked on, I had the choice of like, you can shave it down, or like we can get the full recore thing and fix it up again. Nah, I don't feel like messing with it because I don't want to, like, it's still there. What's to say that he didn't? Yeah, leave it alone. Like, let's let it heal a bit.
I don't know. I don't do enough orthopedics to really give a. This
All
is
right,
all
let me
my
put it this way, Alex. If
opinion.
a patient in that kind of surgery where it's not necessarily like life or death,
Yeah.
they're having the other thing done where they can walk and they're going to have a full career, and the other part of that surgery is like optional, is it noted in their like,
Oh, I would write that I offered them this and this. They opted at this time, or we discussed it and decided to go with X. Yeah, you should always document your conversations and like when decisions are made.
the long and short of it is in this whole topic is, if everything's documented correctly, he has no case.
It depends
Not
too. I mean, if it says failing to provide proper care after surgery, what does that mean? Because usually a surgeon isn't the one providing any care after the surgery other than like immediate post op and then seeing them as a follow up. But as far as your rehab and your PT and all of that, that's on you. And
and it's the NFL team is the one taking care of him, so you would think.
exactly. So like to say the surgeon's fault, and then it says something about supervising residents and fellows.
I mean, it's got to be wrapped into the aftercare and
Right,
who was
but again,
performing
it's
the
all
actual surgery.
documentation.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it really is. It's
Yeah.
documentation and what did you truly do? I mean, if you really let a resident who's inexperienced do the operation without direct supervision, then that's a case, obviously. If he was supervised the whole time, and I mean, that's a pretty normal thing in a training environment. So I don't know. There's too many not details, but as long as it was actually that you're just pissed off that a newer graft is out now and that wasn't the one that they used, I don't know
Fair
necessarily that
enough.
that's a court case. That was my opinion from a small town third year physician assistant. I have no affiliation with the NFL or any of its medical counterparts.
Trademark, copyright.
Hashtag.
Hashtag opinions.
Yes.